Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. So last episode we ran our first map. That means this episode I'm gonna do some content in that. In this case, I'm gonna see how far I can get into the Lunaris Temple. Basically all we have to do is defeat General Gravicius and then make our way into the temple. And depending on the layout, we might make it to the waypoint, or we might actually defeat Piety. So I'm still level 71. 1 point away from taking the Scion defense node, the reflexes node, which is gonna give the build a little bit of a defensive boost. So we'll give it about a quarter of a level remaining. That's going to be a very nice boost just in time for the Piety fight, I think. See, that's my discipline. So I still carry discipline on weapon switch for curse immune maps and corrupted areas and things like that. But for my default setup I am still going with my temporal change, just because it does add a little bit of safety when I'm overwhelmed by large numbers. Just because it slows everybody down and it lowers the DPS inflicted in rather than just increasing the number of energy shield points I have available. So yeah, and there's a benefit to both strategies. In this case I'm sticking with what I have been using so far and which has been working so far. Eventually I might be in a situation where I have enough mana reservation reduction or something that I might actually be able to run discipline in addition to the other ones. I don't know, we'll see. But having it as an option for curse immune areas is good. Hey, superior decoy tone. Don't think I have one of those yet. So another thing I did, I replaced Bone Offering with a Detonate Dead that's linked to my spell totem, which is casting Wither. So I figured that way I can pop up a totem which is going to explode corpses all around me when there's enemies nearby, making potentially a more efficient way to deal with corpses. Ideally I wanted to link Bone Offering, but I couldn't get the sockets to color just right, and I ran out of chromatic orbs halfway through. Or basically I was at a point where I had to make a choice between either messing up my build temporarily. Hey, what's this actually? Treasure Claw. Sibyl's Paw. 21 life gained for each enemy hit by attacks. Also enemies. Let's see, increased attack speed, extra mana, 8 life gained for each enemy hit by your spells. That's pretty cool. 8% increased spell damage per 5% block chance. Given that I've got 24% chance to block, that would be a plus 4%. Interesting. It's also life on a spell hit, is interesting, though I'm not actually doing a lot of that with that. I mean, I don't really hit a lot of enemies. I'm not quite sure if, casting Contagion counts as a hit or not, since it's not a damaging effect. So it's going to be of limited use. If you are an archer, for example, or playing Bladefall, things like that, then it might be a very, very, very useful item. But for this build, it's of limited use. As with most uniques, actually. Hey, the Carrion Crow. Especially the combination of a Wither with Temporal Chains is very nice as a safe defensive setup. Okay, Golem, why are you taking so much damage? Okay. Bye bye. Hey, General, where are you? Also did a little bit of I actually had enough items to roll the chaos recipe a couple times, so I used to have 5 chaos orbs. And that's a bit less now, but I managed to get a pretty decent roll on my boots, the boots project I've been working on. I lost my chaos resistance on that, so that's 13% chaos resistance. That's I'll lose, go from 26 to 13. I managed to fix the resistance also where's Gravicius. I've never had... I killed him. I completely just zoned out and killed him, didn't I? Okay. Yes. Autopiloting through named bosses. Bit of an insult to him, but on the other hand, if only he'd made more of an impression. So this is where a corpse explosion is going to be tested, or detonated, I suppose. Thing is, this actually only works if there are corpses nearby to cast. So you would probably want to link it with extra AoE and all that stuff. Not entirely happy here with detonated. It's not as proactive as you would like, which if you manually cast it, or if you have detonate dead, or not detonate dead, if you have the bone offering, it's a bit more proactive. But as I said, chromatic orbs didn't allow me to roll a color combination that did it. Also, there is a talisman dude up there. Ash scale. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Oh wait, that explodes if I remember correctly. Yeah. So what's the level here? 64. Yes. Ah, doesn't explode. It's also a white talisman. Doesn't actually do a lot. That's the named one. Flash to the Inquisitor. Just a lot of corpse explosion. So them casting Desecrate actually benefits my totem in this regard as a defensive option. Yeah, have a vulnerability. I'm now starting to notice that enemies take a lot more hits to kill. So I need to do something about my damage, that's for sure. I might be lucky enough to find or craft a wand or a dagger that has a bonus to chaos skills. I mean, that would be certainly a way to boost my damage if I put Essence Drain in there. On the other hand, Essence Drain is currently on a 4 link. Ideally I want to put it on a 5 link, so that means it has to go in the body armor. On the other hand, if I put it in body armor and I attach poison to it, that's going to boost my damage output by, I think, 20% I calculated. Just a net damage output is going up at 20% per cast. And the nice thing is that it becomes even more stackable because poison actually stacks infinitely. And all my bonuses. Oh, this is the coal room. Let's be very cautious. Oh yeah. Let's explode corpses. Yeah, so corpse explosions. Interesting how he just doesn't actually do a lot. Jeez, he hurts quite a bit. That's a single hit of over 3000 damage. Yeah, okay, temp change. Okay, Golem, go have fun with him or something. Wait, actually, that him? No, that's not him. He's down there somewhere. Can't just kill Cole. That was Cole. He did a scary single target damage hit there. But managed to survive it. Also, why did I pick that up? That Sanctified Life. It's low level rubbish. On the other hand, I have lost characters to Cole. In this case, I could reasonably tank the damage. But it does show that I definitely have something to improve on about the build before taking on more advanced enemies. Definitely need to do a double check of Dominus, for example, if I'm ready for that just yet. I think Piety is less bursty, is less spiky with her damage. It's more of an endurance fight usually. So that will be doable. Also, need to get out of the room there. Yeah, have a gun. But Cole is definitely a good check to see where your tank is at. And I might have to have another double check of the skill tree. Just to see if I'm doing some suboptimal things. Maybe if I can get some more damage on there. And if there's better ways to boost my defenses.
I need more pockets.
Let's see, can I pick that up? Yes. I mean, I need to replenish my chromatic orbs a little bit, so picking up every chromatic I can. They suddenly became important again. And there's the waypoint, so let's make a down stop here, or a hideout stop. Let's get rid of everything.
What is it?
Let's see. Oh, better yet, everything that is not something that is obvious to sell. So all the rares I'm just gonna sort later to see if I can get some chromatics out of them. Everything else that's also just go away. These are definite chromatics. Might as well sell them.
What is it?
Okay. And just put me with the other ones. Okay. So back to Lunaris. I think this is a very good time. We have enough time to go after Piety. And depending on the layout and how lucky I am with this, might even make it to the gardens, or I'm just gonna call it after Piety. Also, I still have to... Nah, Maramoa. Don't think she gives me skill points for that, so... So these tentacled ladies definitely do quite a bunch of damage. But as always, their fire is reasonably predictable. They keep firing in a line once they initiate. Took a little bit of a risk by dodging to the side rather than retreating there, but I could burst through them, which, yeah, I think technically bursting through enemies is also risky, because if I land in the middle of a pack and they stun me, then it's hard to get out. But given that I've got a reasonable life pool, it's not very likely I'll get stun locked. I mean, a single stun might happen if you get hit for more than 5% of your life, I think. So in my case, that's if I get hit for more than 125 life. Which is not unreasonable at this stage. Okay, let's divert a little bit from their path of fire. Okay, but against common enemies I just mow down the groups. It's only against the unique ones that I no longer insta-kill them, but... So maybe I'm actually just underestimating my damage output, and maybe it is actually just fine. Maybe I'm worried too much. I worry that I worry too much. Yes, that sounds like me. But still, if you compare this to a lot of other builds, this is very safe, reasonably hands-off. Oh, must have scroll there. I mean, this is a very good build for hardcore because you can really apply hit and run tactics. Apply contagion, apply essence drain, and after that all you focus on is just kiting enemy attacks. Especially with them, huh? You just dodge to the side. It works. Oh. Rares like this just pop up a wither totem, and that works as well. Resummon the golem. The golem actually has quite an insane amount of life. It's over 10,000 life, which is 2.5 times my entire health pool if you account for energy shield as well as life. So tanking you definitely can do. Also there's a yellow there. What do you do? Bringer of weakness. Yeah, that's not. Here, let's cure the curse. I need to pay more attention to getting cursed as well. It's one of those things that I don't really have in my reflexes just yet. Because, well, most of the time enemies don't inflict curses. It's, well, now it's becoming way more common. Spine crack, hello there. Let's kill your buddies first. Also, let's put up a totem just to slow things down a bit. Spine crack. Spine crack. Didn't accidentally kill him, did I? Ah, might have. Okay. Too bad about spine crack. Okay, I retract my statement about having concerns about the damage output of this build. It's okay. Definitely okay. So my focus on just increasing my defenses continues. All I need to do is just get 6% more fire resistance from a source that's not my boots. And after that I can actually equip the new boots I crafted, that I rolled with the Chaos Orbs I talked about earlier. I think I lost a train of thought there earlier, so I finally got back to it. I mean, if it's important, you always get back to a train of thought. So those boots are crafted. With them currently I would have 69% fire resist rather than 75. So I do 6%, which actually is quite a lot. I mean, with 75% resistances, you take 25% of all the fire damage you would perceive. With 69 resist, you take 31% of the damage, so that's 6% more, but that's actually 24% more, relatively speaking, which is quite a lot. So I'd rather plug that resistance hole before putting the boots on. And I know that in at least 5 skill points I'll pick up a node that boosts my evasion by quite a bit and also gives me 10 to resist all. It's a part of the bottom side of the scion wheel, or the wheel around the scion, so to say. So that's gonna plug the resistance hole, so I don't really need to do anything, just have patience. Or I can get it from gear beforehand and then I don't have to be patient. And that will actually give me some more flexibility later on with gearing. And if you're over resisting, that gives you options to pick some gear that you otherwise wouldn't because you would lose resistances on it. But those boots gave me about 150 extra health to my health pool, which is rather significant. And my evasion goes up a bit as well, but that's... I know, it feels less significant. Oh, there was a blood elemental in there. You, stand still. Okay. Just double checking, is this just a random side area or is this actually of significance? This is just a random side area. Okay. This is where it starts. Okay. Jeez. Okay, crossfire of those things, definitely not fun. Also, level up, that's very good. First, murder everything before I have a look at my skills. Take a couple steps back. Okay, so... defenses, currently 35% evasion. Reflexes push that to 38. So, gain 3% evasion. Ah, they're blue, they're quick, they're fire damage. Okay, and they drop a 2-stone ring. Jeez, stop doing that. You as well. Ignited. Frostblades. If it's not with extra quality, then I don't really care, because I already have enough frostblades and it's really easy to buy frostblades now. Okay, these blood elementals are way easier. They're just slow melee mobs, they don't shoot stuff. They don't shoot dozens of projectiles. They're easy to deal with. Just to double check that there's indeed nothing here. No, this is the path forward. The path. Okay, this is not the path either. Okay, this is the main path, it seems. Oh, being able to dash through these barricades is very useful. Ah, rapid decay leveled up. %. Okay, you make your buddies immortal. On the other hand, if you're dead, that doesn't matter. Ooh, blood elementals. I'm very curious how the Piety fight is going to work out. If it's very tough, or if it turns out to be reasonably doable. Is that the way forward then? It's a bit more maze-like than usual, or I'm just a bit more lost than usual. Ah, that was one of those things that explodes. Fractures. Okay, final piece. Couple more fights. Living blood, okay. Resummoning. Congealed blood. Jeez. Raise zombies, okay. Trying to be a bit cautious about this. Here, have an essence rain. Yeah, okay, so Jeez. This is not fun. That was some kind of blood, bleeding something. Okay. Lesson learned here. I definitely should not underestimate my opponents. They can inflict serious damage. But that's also the reason why I've got a curse immune, bleed immune, and another curse immune thing on me. Why I can fix those issues when they occur. So if you can't do anything against bleeding, then you have an issue. Definitely have an issue then. Okay. Okay. Nice thing is you can just teleport up here. No need to find the way. On the other hand, Golem always gets lost. What are you? Black Maw. Okay. Destiny Ladder. The names are starting to get very, very fancy here. Let's see, is there anything I can do here? No, I'm just as good as I'll ever be. Okay, let's resummon the Golem. I have a full complement of skeletons, so the moment Piety wakes up in combat mode, I'm gonna start summoning, and let's do this. Let's go. Okay, I lost her. Tuning portal. Where is she? Piety, there.
Not you, not today.
Not you, not today. What? Why don't you like me? Okay, she hurts. Definitely hurts. Respect. Just, okay, adrenaline's starting to kick in, that's also good, I suppose. Piety, get away. Okay, yes, got her. Whew. Yeah, I think this car counts as cardio. My heart is definitely pounding. Even though, if you look at it, I don't think my life actually came lower than halfway through. I'm gonna rewatch this in the video later on, so then I'll know for sure, but I don't think it came lower than halfway. So I wasn't in actual danger, but my stance is if I am fighting in life rather than in energy shields, I am not playing defensive enough. So let's have a chat with everybody. Maramoa, what are you gonna give me? So this wand has way too much energy or intelligence requirements. So Chris it shall be. Hello there, Hargan. And I think Greiger is gonna give me some skill points. Hello Clarissa. 2 skill points, yes, I remember correctly. So, skill wheel. So, it's evasion, that's dex. My goal is to grab Sentinel, which is only 2 points away now. So that's 2 levels or 2 quests that give skills. Or that gives me 10 resist all, which allows for the boots. It's extra evasion rating. It's also armor, which I don't use, but eh. And after that, I can make a side step into this one, extra skill duration. This is going to be 45% extra skill duration in total. So that's going to benefit everything. I mean, Essence Range is going to last longer, Contagion is going to last longer, Foul Summon Skeletons is going to last longer, Curses stick longer, the Wither effect is going to last longer, everything is going to last longer. So that means I'll get even more damage per cast out of my skills, which I think is going to be very useful. So yeah, I think that's it for this episode. That defeat Piety. I'm very happy with that. Oh, also I got maps. So the Crypt, I've already done it, and Tropical Island, which I haven't done yet. So that's gonna be one for the mapping episodes, and the Crypt is just gonna be for me to run by myself. Of course, if I'm running things, I will be recording it. So if I happen to kill myself accidentally, I'm not planning on it, but if I do, I will have a recording and I will show it. So if you see a map again, that might be a sign that things went less than stellar. But yeah, oh, anyway, next episode, mapping episode. After that, library. After that, mapping episode. After that, probably Dominus. So that's going to be very exciting very soon. I mean, if Piety was this troublesome already, Dominus is going to be interesting. Dominus is always way more challenging than Piety. At least it has been so far. So assuming the Dominus is going to be pretty challenging on Merciless. On the other side, if I manage to make it past Dominus, I get access to Act 4, to the Dried Lake, which is going to be a very nice farming zone for just endgame stuff. And it will give me guaranteed access to places to cash in these talismans. I mean, it would be nice to do level 70 or 75 Rigwald at some point, just to get all his gear. But we'll see about that. So until then, I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.